And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Great to be back, August 26th. It's just always fun to do the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live on the internet right here at Coach's Corner on the Soundgarden stage. Last week, I was over at the How to Run specialty store at the Shops at 204 doing their being part of their 4th anniversary of being open. Just a great event. And I got to thank Mark Cameron for bringing me out there and let me do what I got to do. And you know what? There was so many people out there. It just was great. You talk about a running community. That's what you got out there at How to Run specialty store. But once you get back better than ever, I hope back better than ever, but it's been a tough week. So, but College Football Day! We're 2 weeks into the high school football season. We open up 2:30 across the pond. Notre Dame and Navy. I can't wait to watch that game this afternoon. But I also got to run over to the Savannah Junior Amateur that's going on at Bacon Park. Gordon Gannan, Fred Holmgren do a great job over there. I got to get over there and watch some junior golf. But a lot going on here as far as high school sports, youth sports, junior golf, pro sports, you name it. I got it. Hopefully I do. So I got to keep this segment short and sweet because I got 3 guests today. And, of course, checking in the back scenes at home, he'll tell me when I'm doing something wrong, Lawrence, the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, Bennett. He's the man that came up with this. There's 4 shows now on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 go live, 2 every week, 1 once a year, and a podcast. Okay, so you got Rubbin' and Grubbin' every Wednesday night with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, and, of course, the OG, the producer, Lawrence Bennett. Hey, you got a comment? You want to ask me a question? Put it in the comment box. Just a great show. Go to YouTube, like their channel, subscribe to their channel, give them some love. Great NASCAR show. Brandon Bain knows more than just about NASCAR, so I know he's biting at the bit for some college football. All right. Then, of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, every Saturday morning, 9 to about 10:30. I know Lawrence would love 2 hours, but without any commercials, not many commercials, I can't get to that 2-hour mark. So yours truly every Saturday morning. And then once a year, the 19th hole with the Herb brothers, all things Masters. The first week of April, Brent and Sean Herb do a great job. You want to get a laugh, you want to have fun. I mean, it's a little adultish, like I say. Go check it out on YouTube, the 19th hole. All right. And, of course, one podcast, back-to-back 2 weeks, the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast with me, of course, the coach, and my good buddy, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. All right, we got 5 innings to go, okay, or 5 quarters to go. First quarter, talk about all the information I give you, high school, pro, college, okay, that's called 3 steps in the door. Second inning, bringing back the young gun, the kid who just won the Coadstyal Plain League with the Lexington Blowfish out of South Effingham High School. We're going to talk to Casey Brown, the manager, okay. Then we have quarter number 3, we have the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Great story. A lot of outstanding performances last week, but this young man broke his femur last year in his junior season of high school football, Bryan County High School. I'm bringing him back on again. Austin Smush Clemons from Bryan County High School. They won big again last night. Then the 4th quarter, I got South Effingham head football coach Lauren Purvis, first-year head coach, first win out of the gate against Vidalia last week. Pretty impressive. We'll have him on. And then, of course, the 5th quarter, overtime, is my videos and my coach's Karl's Corner editorial, so we'll go from there. Okay, so we're at 9:04. This is going to give me a little time. Hopefully I can get through this because I got to get off at 9:12 because hopefully my man, Casey Brown, from South Effingham, and, of course, the Coadstyal Plain League championship team, we're talking with Casey Brown out of South Effingham and, of course, the manager of the Lexington County Blowfish Coadstyal Plain League champions. Savannah Bananas 2 years in a row. Lexington Blowfish this year because the Bananas are on the road. Pretty impressive that kid, only 25 years old, can win a Coadstyal Plain League championship. All right, step 1 in the door. Okay, we go 3 steps in the door. Let's start with go check out the Prep Sports Report website. We got a bunch of stories on there. Mary Miller again in golf, another big win. Fast pitch scores. Hey, if you have a fast pitch player, softball fast pitch player, and you want to nominate him for the John Carr Seaport Real Estate Softball Player of the Week, hey, just send it to me, okay? Let me know. Once again, here's my contacts. All right, let me get on. If you want to text me, all right, text me at, I'm going to scroll across the bottom, 912-507-9158, or email me at Karl DeMasi Sports Report, okay, at the Prep Sports Report.com. All right, let me scroll at the bottom here, so it'll be running this whole time. Text me at 912-507-9158 or email me at KDeMasi at Prep Sports. Okay, Coach, that's a typo. You got to love live internet, live radio, prep. Get the O in there. Sportsreport.com. Okay, let's scroll it again. There you go. So send something to me. Let me know who the best softball player, who had the best week for softball in this area. Let's honor those girls. We also got the Donato's Pizza volleyball player of the week. Same thing. Text me or email me. Have to have them by Monday, 12 o'clock, so I can announce them on Tuesday. All right, so I'm looking for the players of the week in volleyball and softball. Go check out the Prep Sports Report. There's so much stuff on there. Savannah's Mary Miller qualified for the U.S. Women's Floorball Championship this week. Memorial Day School, big story, won their first game of the year last week, and it was at home, which doesn't happen. I think the last time that was 2016. A bunch of stuff about high school sports and youth sports on the PrepSportsReport.com. All right, high school football scores from last night. Well, really started Thursday night. Savannah Christian 56, Islands 14, Savannah Country Day 52, Pinewood Christian 0. Okay, August 25th, which was last night, Wayne County over Richmond Hill 28-7. Bradwell, I'm telling you, they're going to be better this year. They beat Liberty County 26-13. Jenkins comes back and beats Bluffton 41-30. Yours truly was on the WSA Blitz Friday night high school game of the week. It was a lot of fun. I got to work with Andrew Davis, and I'm just telling you, I don't know how Jenkins won the game. No exaggeration. 22 penalties for like 150 yards on the Warriors. They pulled it out one. They won 41-30. All right, Benedictine goes up to North Carolina. We thought this was going to be a tough one for the Cadets. 42-9. Okay, Bryan County, 2-0. They beat Trutland 51-0. New Hampstead. On the Prep Sports Report website, the breakdown of the game, they beat Windsor Forest 59-6. Vidalia beats Beach 61-0. Brantley County beat Groves 30-0. Savannah High, first win for Anthony Bud Tolliver. Way to go, Blue Jackets. They beat Richmond Academy 41-0. Okay, Bethesda 2-0. They beat John Paul 44-0. I'll have that recap on the Prep Sports Report later on today. Memorial Day 2-0. They beat Fullington Academy 14-0. Jaha Taylor, Coach Jaha Taylor, 2-0. Okay, Valwood comes in, takes on St. Andrews. Valwood's a perennial Georgia Independent Athletic Association championship team. They beat St. Andrews 50-29. St. Andrews cut the lead to 36-29. Go to the Prep Sports Report. There's another recap on that game. Jeff Muller, our stringer, wrote that story up. St. Andrews in it, but Valwood had 45 kids. St. Andrews had 23. So it was a battle of attrition for the Lions. All right. Got a question from a couple of people last week about the new high school football holding rule. If an offensive lineman holds a defensive lineman behind the line of scrimmage, it no longer goes from the spot. So if it's 10 yards behind the play, they put another 10 yards behind. That would be 1st and 30. It goes from the line of scrimmage. So it's 1st down and 10 would be 1st down and 20. Okay, so that's how it works. 1st down and 15 would be 1st down and 25. So, I mean, you got to love it. You got to love it, okay? So that's the new rule. Now, if it's a past the line of scrimmage, it goes from the spot where the hold was. So if it's 5 yards over the line of scrimmage, you bring it back 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that's how that works, okay? Volleyball, Richmond Hill off to an 11-1 start. Savannah Christian 8-4. St. Vincent 6-4. Savannah Country Day 7-3. Habersham School, beautiful new gym over there at the old Bible Baptist School. They did a great job. Susan Berry and the gang over there at Habersham School got their own place now to hold volleyball games, basketball games. They don't have to go over to the boys club. So it's just a great thing. Johnson Public School off the 3-1 start. Softball, South Effingham is 10-2, 6-0 in region. Effingham 6-2, 4-1 in region. Bryan County 8-3. They lost the other day against Meta, so that's their first loss in region. Step 2, okay, I'm rolling right along here. I got to do this quick. Savannah State volleyball opens up September 1st against Middle Georgia State. Next week, Savannah State football opens up their 2003 season at Southeastern University at 7 o'clock. Southeastern University, pretty good. We'll see what the Tigers got this year. August 31st, so today's the 26th, so that would be Wednesday, I think. Georgia State takes on Rhode Island at 7 p.m. On September 1st, Georgia Tech opens up against Louisville. I'm pretty sure that is Friday. So Thursday night, Georgia State opens up. And then Georgia takes on Tennessee Martin at 6 o'clock on September 2nd. And then Georgia Southern takes on the Citadel at 6 p.m. On September 2nd. Georgia Tech, Georgia, and Georgia Southern are all home. Georgia State, I'm pretty sure, is on the road. Okay, SCAD, men's soccer team, tied last week. The Bees remain at home. They host Bruton Parker today at 7 o'clock over there in Hardyville. Women's soccer, 17th-ranked SCAD Bees. They won last night 4-0 over Middle Georgia State. They will return next Saturday at 1 o'clock against Reinhardt University. Professionals, the Braves, best team in baseball, 83-44. Beat the Giants last night, 5-1. Spencer Strider all over the place. He struck out 9. He went 20 innings without giving a run, and then finally the Giants scored a run. Michael Harris had 3 hits and drove in 3 runs, helping the Major League best Braves to 83-44 for their 8th win in 10 games. All right, up next, 4:05. They're out there in the Bay. They're taking on San Francisco. They're on a 10-game road trip. 3 in San Francisco, 3 in Colorado, and they come back and play 4 in Chavez Ravine against the Los Angeles Dodgers, okay? NFL action, I don't know what it is. I got to be honest with you, people. I got to be honest with you. Preseason is a waste of time. Steelers against the Falcons. The Falcons didn't play anybody. 24-0 Steelers. Give me a break. It's a waste of time. All you need is 2 scrimmages to get going. But the NFL has to have money. That's another story. Falcons open up September 10th against the Carolina Panthers in 2 weeks. PGA FedEx Championship up there in Atlanta. Brian Harmon is 6 under. He's tied for 16th. He shot 1 over yesterday. Championship Tour, Tim O'Neill, last week at the Shore Charity Classic. He finished tied for 21st. And he's at the Alley Challenge tournament this weekend up in Michigan. But Michigan's been flooded for the last 3 days. I know because that's where my son's at, okay? Then local Savannah Bananas played their 74th game last night in Des Moines, Iowa. They beat the Party Animals 2-1. Overall, the Bananas are 44-28-2 against the Party Animals. They're 33-25. Challengers 11-3. Then they come home. They'll play next week. Okay, they'll be in Des Moines tonight. Then they come home next week, August 30th, September 1st, 2nd, and 4th at home. That's the last time they'll be in Savannah. Then they go to Syracuse, New York, and then 2 days later, to end this all up, the Banana World Tour, they finish in Cooperstown on September 15th. All right, tonight the Clovers are in San Diego, taking out Albany San Diego Football Club. Sunday, tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Savannah Falcons are holding tryouts tomorrow at Daffin Park, 5 p.m. So check it out. And tonight in the Sound Garden, we have Rowdy Friends, okay? The nation's ultimate Hank Jr. tribute band. John Henderson says it's great. All right, I got through all that. Went really quick. I'll give you the lowdown of what else is in the Sound Garden somewhere along the line. But once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'll be back in 3 minutes with the man himself, the Coastal Plain League championship manager for the Lexington Blowfish, South Effingham, former baseball player, South College, Georgia College and State. You name it, this kid has done it. He also was my water boy way back when I was at Groves. That's why I love following this kid. So stay tuned. I got to thank the sponsors. We'll be back in 3 minutes with Casey Brown. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Sound Garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Back in the saddle again, back on the Soundgarden stage. I got to come down a little, okay? And it's always a lot of fun doing the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday live from here on the drummers stage, too. So I'm not on just the stage. I'm on the drummers stage. But I don't have a drum to play anything. But anyway, hey, it's great for you to join me, whether it's for 5, 15, 10, whatever it may be, a segment. Just got to love doing this. And it's a pleasure of mine. If you got a comment, you want to join in, put a comment on there. My number one fan, this man never misses a show. Good morning, Coach DeMasi. You were very great on TV last night. Yeah, I'm a star. You always have a great show. Have a great day. Go Cavs. Dennis Kessler, love you, brother. Thank you for checking in every Saturday morning. And here's another guy that's always following me, always got my back. He bleeds. Memorial Day School, Matador, Red and Blue, Mark Sussman. Yes, Mark, I appreciate it. You know, it's all about the kids, buddy. And, you know, we've been doing this for a long time. You over at Memorial Day School, me teaching for so long, coaching for so long. You got to love it. Thank you for joining in. All right. So this young man was a Wetherington Chiropractic Athlete of the Week. This young man came on, told me and talked about his getting the job at the Coadstyal Plain League, managed job at the Lexington Blowfish. I mean, yeah, I'm close to his family. Got to thank his father, Kevin Brown, for helping me out this week. It's been a rough week, but you know what? Sports takes your mind away from it. So, but I mean, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, he played at South Effingham, went to South Georgia, went to Georgia College and State, and is also assistant coach at Georgia College State. But he got the Lexington Blowfish managed job this year. He was the assistant coach last year. I mean, young guy, 25, 26 years old, but to take a team at that age where you're so close to the other guys on the team, it's amazing. I think he played for Lexington also, but he'll get it straight. But joining me now on the coach's corner hot seat for probably the 10th time, okay, is the man himself from South Effingham High School, from Guyton, Georgia, now the Coastal Plain League championship manager, Casey Brown. What's up, Casey?
What's going on? Yeah, I don't know how I can live up to that intro, but I'm going to try. Thank you for having me.
Hey, you know what? You've grown so much. You have no problem with it. But I'm telling you right now, you know, Savannah Bananas, all world, 83 games all over the United States. Of course, I think a quarter of them here in Savannah, Georgia. You got a chance to play against them, and you got a chance to coach against them because you were assistant coach. But I mean, to come back and take over a team at your young age and win that Coastal Plain League championship is something special. So Savannah had it for 2 years. Now South Effingham has it for a year, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I was honestly very glad that the Bananas got out of the league, just because, I mean, as you know, Grayson Stadium is always packed out. So I was sad to see him go because it was a lot of fun, but it certainly helped our chances to win the league. So no, I mean, they were a lot of fun, but no, we just had a great group of guys, and they had a lot of fun. They competed their tails off. So hats off to our guys.
And I know people don't know this because he was a fan favorite with the Savannah Bananas. You got to coach Ty Jackson. He's a legend in banana ball world. I mean, I thought he'd be with the Bananas, but he's still in college. So how did it work out going with that character?
Well, yes, we played the Bananas a good bit. So, I put on the recruiting hat, and I talked to him every time we played. I was texting him. I pulled out all the cards and tricks for that one. But he's an awesome player, and he plays really hard. And yeah, I mean, when he was with the Bananas, I just loved him. It's one of those players, you know, you hate when he's on the other team because he's carrying on and they're just beating you by 8. But when he's on your team, you love him more than anybody. So he's awesome. And he'll be back in Banana Land. All the Banana fans, I promise, we'll let him go back next year.
So was he this year? Did he stay one color hairdo, or was he blonde, pink, green, neon green? Did he have all the different colors?
All the different colors. Yeah, he started with blue hair. Then he went. Then he got rid of it. I know he had the blonde mustache for a while. He stuck with that for a while. So
wow.
I think we probably went through 4 different ones throughout the summer. Yeah.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Hold on, let me take my little message that's scrolling down here away. I forgot to take it away. So there we go. All right, 20,000 things going on here at once. But all right, so you get the team. I think it was back in March you got named manager.
Yeah, it was back in the fall, actually. Yes.
Oh, it was in the fall. It was in the fall. Okay. So being the manager of a Coastal Plain League wooden bat college team, you got to put this team together. What was that detail like? What was that job like?
That was the most challenging part of the job, honestly. Because as you know, it's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. So you get good players, it makes your job a lot easier on the back end. So just trying to vet guys. Obviously there are a bunch of good players out there, but also making sure that these guys aren't going to cause any problems in the locker room or anything like that. So if I had a mutual friend or just knew some people that knew the guy, I'd reach out, kind of just double check, triple check. So just trying to be as thorough as I can, and I hope it paid off in the end. So that was kind of how we went about it, but that was certainly the most challenging part of the job. Now,
we know all about that you take part in college. You're coaching at Georgia College and State, which is right behind you, the Bobcats. Are you allowed to recruit while you're coaching on college? You have to wait till everything's over.
Yeah, so now that I'm hired at Georgia College, the rule is so I will still be able to coach summer ball. You just cannot coach junior college players, obviously, because I'm with an NCAA school, and you can't coach transfer portal players, and the portal's crazy now. So, but yeah, I mean, I can coach, I'm coaching a guy from Clemson when I'm at Georgia College. I can go coach a guy like we had Jeff Blauser's son. I got to give my guy Cooper Blauser a shout out.
Nice.
All the Braves fans back in the 90s. Yeah, Jeff Blauser was a stud. So yeah, I coach Coop. He's at Clemson. That's no problem. So yeah, that's kind of the rules on that.
All right. So you faced the challenge of putting a team together. Was there any other challenges you had to deal with during the season?
And there were a bunch. The toughest one probably. Yeah, I mean, the toughest one, we lost our assistant coach. The assistant coach got the job he got the volunteer job at Presbyterian. So he's over there in Clinton, which, the whole point of summer ball is to get, bigger and better jobs and pad the resume. So I was happy that he got to go. But he left kind of in the middle of the summer. So the staff, we just kind of had to piece it together. And then just kind of the second challenge would be dialing the guys back. We had a very emotional team, hard on the sleeve, played really, really, really hard. So I'd had to dial them back. It's much easier to dial them back than ramp them up, obviously, as you know. But and all the coaches out there know. But so yeah, it's just challenge to bring the guys back, kind of rein them back in. But
Well, what about reining you back in? I mean, my wife and I took a little road trip to watch you up there in Macon. Okay, and it was a great game, but I think there was like 15 runs in that game, and you're on the bench, bopping and weaving with the music, and high fiving the guys. How do you rein yourself in when you're supposed to be coaching there, buddy?
True. I try to be whatever the guys need. If the guys are lacking energy, I'm going to bring the energy, and that was certainly how I felt that night at Macon. If they're anxious, I want to be calm, cool, and collected. But and then also the flip side is, yes, if they're too emotional, then I got to be the stoic one and bring them back down to earth. So a lot of it's just trying to read the room, and it's really hard being a young guy, but also I think I'm better able to read the room because I can relate to them better. So you caught me on a night where the guys, I felt like, I think we booted some balls that night, and we weren't pitching that great because I think we gave up like probably 10 runs. But so I was just I was calm, cool, and collected that night.
It was a long game because then you had the lightning and the rain delay. We took off, and because there's 2.5 rides, so we took off about 9:00. And I was watching it on I wasn't driving, the wife was driving, so I was watching it on the Coadstyal Plain League stream, whatever it is, and it went back and forth. It was just crazy, but it was fun getting to see you there doing your thing, and reminded me of an old ball coach named Kevin Brown. But we'll talk about that another day. So if you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're talking with former South Effingham High School baseball player, college baseball player, Georgia College, Coadstyal Plain League player. Who did you play with for the Coadstyal Plain with, KC Brown?
I played for Wilmington and then a team in Fayetteville. So we played against Lexington at that park, and I never thought it would come full circle, ever.
So, all right. So you're also a college coach now. Okay, you also played college baseball. Is there a big difference between college baseball and the Wooden College Bat League?
Talent-wise, no. The talent-wise is pretty good all the way around. I would say it's just a more relaxed atmosphere. So the guys that maybe struggled in the spring, I think they can come to the summer with just a clean mindset and reset and know that, hey, if I go 0 for 4 today, my coach isn't going to yank me out the lineup because, the spring gets pretty cutthroat, obviously. I mean, we're trying to win games. So I think guys find more success in summer ball simply because, it's just a little less stressful and a little less, business side of it. Unless you were playing in Savannah, then everybody was wide-eyed and it was cutthroat in Savannah, but not anymore, thankfully.
All right. So why I got you on here, winning the Coadstyal Plain League championship. They gave the coach of the year to somebody else, which was ridiculous if you ask me, but we won't get into that. All right. But what was the feeling when you won a championship with these bunch of guys that you put together? What was that feeling like the night you won the Pettit Cup?
It was an awesome feeling. My first reaction was I was just so happy for those guys. I mean, we ended up playing for 11 weeks. We played 50, I think maybe 52 or 53 games. I mean, it is just those guys that were there on day one at the end of May, and for them to stick it out to the second week of August. I mean, they really earned it and they grinded for it. So I was just so happy for those guys. I felt like, okay, now I can sleep and take a vacation for a couple of days. I slept for 3 days straight. That my reaction was, okay, it was a marathon. Now it's over. Yes, I need a vacation. That was, I was very happy, but also just glad it was over as well. So kind of a two sides of the same coin.
All right. I said I'll only keep you 10, 15 minutes. 2 more questions. Okay. So there's a college player out here watching this. What advice would you give that college player about how to get into the Coadstyal Plain League?
Yes. Email coaches. First thing, a lot of coaches have these contacts when you get into college. Coaches have, hey, we send guys to this team every single year. So a lot of it is done on that end. And then just in the fall, just find out who these coaches are. Email. Or text is better, but email is good as well. But get contact information, get some good video, get some good information, and at the end of the day, put your stats, because the stats don't lie, the numbers don't lie. So if you're a good player, we'll find you. I'll find you. That's my job. So, but no, get on it in the fall for sure. A lot of the legwork is done in the fall. So to the college player out there listening, to the high school player who will be in college one day, get on it in the fall, and summer ball is a great time. So you would not want to do it. It's a great opportunity.
All right, last question. So what's the future now for KC Brown? You got the Coastal Plain League championship in your back pocket. I see you're back up there with the Georgia College Bobcat baseball program. Tell us what the future is.
Yeah, do the best job I can. We're going to turn Georgia College into a powerhouse, and then, wherever the road takes me, just climb the ladder and impact as many kids as I can. That's it.
So, I mean, you got, I think you got a business degree and you got some master's degree. What makes you want to do this? What makes you want to be a coach like your dad was, or like I was, because I'm not coaching anything. What makes you want to be a coach and not go into the other field that you studied 4, 5, 6 years in?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I studied accounting, believe it or not. Yes. Yeah, I don't know why I made that decision. No, genuinely, it's just very fulfilling. Each and every day, it's very cliche, but each and every day I get to get up. I get to just impact young people, pay the game forward. Obviously, the game did a lot for me and just developing me as a person. And so I owe it to the game, and I feel like I owe it to the kids to pay it forward and make sure that, I feel like it's on the right track, and these kids are getting the same great experiences that I had. So, yeah, that's it. It's just an obligation that I feel very passionately about.
Remember, if it's fun, it's not a job.
Yes, sir. That's why you have the best job in the world. So, no, thank you for doing this.
Your father and I mean, we get out of bed, we go to work, it's no drag, but if you love what you're doing, it's not a job. Casey, we're proud of you. Love watching you doing what you're doing. Maybe I'll get up there, and if you're close to the area with a Georgia College game, to watch what's going on there, but keep it the work. Great work. And once again, we're proud of you.
Yes, sir. You're the man. Thank you for having me. Sports Report's awesome. So
remember, you're the man. I don't have a championship. You got a championship. I don't have any rings. My kids got rings. What am I going to tell you? So I'll talk to you. Appreciate it, buddy.
Go Cats. Yes, sir. See you.
You got it. Go Cats. I mean, just a great kid. I mean, watch this kid grow on the sidelines at Groves. They were supposed to be Water Boys, but they were playing two-hand touch tackle. And, who was getting hurt the most. But that's another story. And you just love watching these kids grow. And he's done a great job. Casey Brown, Guyton, Georgia, South Effingham High School standout baseball player, played college baseball at South Georgia College, then went on to a college career, Georgia College and State, where he's now an assistant coach. But he brings home the Pettit Cup for the Lexington Blowfish as their manager. Got to love the kid. Well, we're going to talk to another kid in 3 minutes. This kid last year as a junior was having a phenomenal year. I think I had him on as my athlete of the week when he ran for over 300 yards in the game. I don't know. He'll put me straight on that one. But you know what? He broke his femur, the biggest bone in the body. And you know what? He's back this year leading the Bryan County High School Redskins 2-0 start. Coach Freeman, Coach Adams, the players there got the excitement back for the Redskins. Can't wait to talk to him. So stay 3 minutes. We got this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Bryan County High School. Austin, Smush. We'll tell you what Smush means. Clemons. 3 minutes. Got to thank the sponsors. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right. Remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting it equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner. Another week, the coach is going live. You know what? Feels like 110 degrees out here, but I was also out here when it was 19 degrees. So I'm hanging there, doing well, and got a little water coming in here. I appreciate it. So I appreciate it. Every Wednesday night they do rubbing and grubbing. They get food. I get water, but I can't complain. Thank you very much. But anyway, you got to love Coach's Corner. I appreciate John Henderson, Adele Henderson, and the whole crew. Let me do this since April 1st of 2020. By the way, our first show was at Rockies March 20th, March 18th. And my first guest was Casey Brown, who you just watched when he was at South Georgia College. All right, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. This is probably my most favorite part. This is where we bring on the kids that have done something special. And like I said, if you got a kid that you want to bring on, text me. Give me a call. Send it to my email. But, last year, I brought on this player from Bryan County High School. Well, Bryan County Middle School, High School, okay? He had nearly 300 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns when he was lost for the year. I think it was the 3rd or 4th game of the season. He'll put me straight with a broken femur. Well, you know what? He's back. He's the middle linebacker. He's the running back. Last week, first official varsity game back, 181 yards, a touchdown on 181 yards on 28 carries, a touchdown at linebacker, 11 tackles, 2 fumbles, a sack and an interception for the win for Bryan County against Lincoln County. And they won big against last night. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Bryan County High School, Austin Smush Clemons. What's up, Austin?
What's up, Coach DeMasi?
Hey, I'm doing well, and how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Well, congratulations. You're back in the saddle. You're back on the field again. And, that first week, did you expect that? Come back, 181 yards, 11 tackles, an interception, a sack. That's phenomenal when you come off a major injury when you break the biggest bone in your body.
Yeah, I knew that I wanted to play good. I knew that I would play good. Had to get the first game jitters out of the way, but I expected to play really well, and I expected to win too. Yeah, so yes, I did.
Hey, 2-0 start, buddy. How's that feeling over there at the Redskin land?
It feels amazing. I'm pretty sure this is we haven't been started off 2-0 ever in school history. I think so. It's feeling pretty good right now.
What's the atmosphere now that you guys are a winning program? As everybody notices the Bryan County Redskins now.
The atmosphere is great. I remember last time I was on, I was telling you about how, like, when we would go through school and nobody really expect us to win. They would talk trash to us, whatever. But that atmosphere is completely flipped around now. We're getting a bunch of support from the students, and especially at the games. and since we have a next Friday we got a home game, so I'm pretty sure that atmosphere is gonna be crazy.
First one of the season, eh?
Yes, sir.
Who are you playing?
Wheeler County.
Okay, well, they're usually very athletic. I don't know how they've been over the years, but they've always been a very good football program.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. We beat them last year, but it doesn't really matter about last year.
Last year's last year, okay?
Yeah.
Speaking about last year, okay, explain to everybody, because everybody thought it was an ankle injury or a knee injury, but it was a broken femur. Explain how that happened last year.
So you want like exactly like the play of how my leg was like how it happened, or like
Tell us how it happened, how you noticed something was wrong.
So I was running the ball, I cut up, and I had like my eyes on the safety because like early in the game they were already kind of like aiming for my knees and my ankles, and I was trying to watch out for the safety, and I was trying to watch out for the corner, and I didn't see the safety coming up. And by the time I saw him, he had already loaded up and shot right at my knee, and I like flipped over him, and I thought I was fine initially, but when I tried to stand up, it was like an aching pain, and it was like I couldn't put no pressure on my knee. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. I tried to go back to the huddle, but it was really like it started to pick up in pain. So I had to get out the game, and I went to see the athletic trainer. She was trying to figure out exactly where it was and what it could be, but because of like my quad, it was hard for her to try to figure out exactly what it could have been. So we end up going into, because it was a little bit before halftime, so that's when we end up going into the AT room and everything. And she was just trying to figure out what it could possibly be. She wasn't sure. She couldn't figure it out because my quad was like I was think that I have okay size quads, and so she was just trying to figure it out, and the pain just kept getting worse and worse. She tried to pull it to make sure it wasn't ACL or MCL. She tried to push it inside out. She was trying to figure out what it was, and she couldn't figure it out. But then I ended up going to the doctor the next day, and we got, I'm not sure if it was the next day, I think we got x-rays. And then it came back as a fracture, a hairline fracture. So yeah.
But it put you out the rest of the season, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so take us through the rehabilitation process, the healing process. All right, how long did that take?
In total, I think it took me about 5 months.
Wow.
I got hurt early September. They put me in a I started off in a cast just to make sure that it didn't get any worse. Then for about a week, then they put me in a brace. Now with this brace, you can adjust like the angle of which you can bend and everything. And they had me in that up until like January, I think. But I ended up getting off crutches a couple days before Christmas, which was really good. But I would say that the rehabilitation process was really good, actually. It was pretty smooth. I actually enjoyed the process. But it was just a bunch of like isometric work, just working on my strength and my quad, because not lifting, not being able to lift and everything, you lose strength in your muscles and just like that. And just trying to make sure that I can get my right leg back to where my left leg is. But I would say the rehabilitation process is very great.
Now, of course, you played in the scrimmage game, but this was your first official game back. Last week was your first official game back. What were you feeling? What was going through your mind? Were you worried about the injury, or are you just going to say, "Hey, I'm going to go out and then just go all at it"?
I wasn't worried about the injury, just because I knew that I had worked so hard in the summer and in the off season. I knew that I had built it back up to the point where it was stronger now than it was then. And also, I know that with players, if they tend to favor one thing, they can end up messing up the other one. So I didn't want to be one of those cases. So I wasn't worried about it at all.
Nice.
No, I wasn't trying. No, sir.
All right. So what was, talk about the game. You come back 181 yards on offense and a touchdown on 28 carries. Then you're on defense. Do you ever come off the field?
Yes, sir. I do. Just for a couple plays most of the time. Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, Coach DeMasi. Playing offense and defense back to back like that, you can get tired. But our coaches have us in great condition to the point where we can be able to do that. But yeah, I do come off the field. I do.
All right, if you're just tuning in, I'm at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from Coach's Corner. Austin Clemons, this week's Player of the Week, Athlete of the Week from Bryan County Middle School, High School. Last week, 181 yards, 28 carries, 11 tackles, 2 full losses. A sack, an interception, you name it. The kid did it in a big win for them, opening up against Lincoln County. Last night they won, I think, 51-0. So it's just unbelievable. So what are your goals for this season? Of course, coming into the season, you only got to play 4 games last year.
It was 3.
3. So what are your goals for this year?
Okay, my number 1 goal is to win the region championship. We've never won a region championship in school history, so I'm trying to go out with a bang. That's goal number 1. I want to make a deeper run in state this year. We lost to Hurd County in the first round last year, in a game that I felt like we should have won. So I'm gonna say a deeper run in state playoffs. As an individual, at the minimum, I want to have I don't want to try to put a limit on it, but I know I want to have at least 1,000+ rushing yards, a bunch of touchdowns, whatever really I need to do to make sure that we win. But I just want to have an amazing season, since I wasn't able to really play that much last year. So I got to come back even harder, and I hope that I do that.
Nice. Team first, individual second. That's the way to go. Team player. So what advice would you give to another athlete who's recovering from an injury like you had, getting back the following season? How would you help them get back to playing football again?
First thing I would tell them is to stay confident. I would say stay confident and trust the process, because I know with me, I had already known just by talking to the athletic trainer and seeing other people go through the rehabilitation process with injuries, whatever. You can't rush certain things, because if you do, you rush, you get back early and you tweak something again that makes you basically restart from ground zero. So I would tell them to trust the process, stay confident, and be smart with the way that you do things. That's what I would tell them.
I got you on that. And got my fellow Coach's Corner partner. He's the one that started all this, but he says Smush for president. So first of all, they're watching you. But where did the name? Well, you told me last time you were on, but tell everybody where that name Smush came from.
So my dad, he's a very big Lakers fan, like extremely big Lakers fan, and I'm not sure. It had to be early 2000s. Yeah, it was early 2000s. At the time, a player by the name of Smush Parker played for the Lakers, and he was supposed to be a really good basketball player. And I guess the name just went 2 and 2. I guess I had to have a nickname, and I'm happy I got a nickname. But yeah, I guess it's just stuck with me ever since. But that's where I got it from.
Now, do your friends call you that? Do your coaches call you that?
Basically everyone.
Okay.
I think I have like only one teacher that calls me by Austin. Yeah, but I think she's the only one. Yeah, I only have one teacher.
All right, last 2 questions. So coming back from an injury like that, dad giving you a name Smush, and you do smush people. I probably said that last time you were on, but I remember the story now about the Lakers and all that. So what kind of support do you receive from your family, your friends, your family? First, let's start with your family with the injury and helping you get to where you are as far as your academic and athletic career.
Yeah. The support I receive from my family, I can't, words can't put it into, description of how thankful I am for them, especially when I got injured. Just me not being able to do everything for myself. And they were always there for me, every step of the way. So it's amazing. I'm happy that I have a family like that to support me in everything I do, and especially when I'm injured. So yeah, I'm very thankful for them. My friends, I can basically say the same thing. Because of that bond we built over the years. Because I have friends, and then I have family friends. So they're kind of, in the middle. But I can say basically the same thing about them. They just wanted to see me get back better.
Nice.
And see me get back to the best of my ability. So they helped me out as well as they can. And I'm very thankful for them too.
All right, last question. All right, what's the outlook for Austin Smush Clemons as far as your high school career and beyond?
Currently, I have one offer from Stetson University. So
nice.
I hope. Thank you. I hope. I plan on playing extremely well throughout the rest of the season. Hopefully, I can pick up some more offers. Make that decision on where I want to go, and get there and ball out.
You know the head coach at Stetson's an old Groves High School football player.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do.
So,
yeah, it was.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Future plans.
I plan on whatever college I plan on going to. My goal is to study, or my plan is to study sports medicine. I've always wanted to be around sports, and with that, I can either be on the field or deal with injuries or something like that. But I plan on studying sports medicine, and that's really it. But
well, you got a bright future there. I heard you're great in the classroom too. You're doing a great job over there. Keep up the hard work. We're following the Redskins now. I mean, I always follow the Redskins, the Bryan County schools, but because the other team on the other side of the county was always getting the love. But you guys are catching up to them. Keep up the great work. Good luck the rest of the season. And as you say out there in Pembroke, go Redskins.
Go Redskins. Thank you.
Great job, Smush. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
I mean, just a great kid. Humble, quiet, talking to his coaches. He just loves what he's doing. He's a silent leader. Some being a football coach, these are the plays you want. Silent leader. I mean, and the kids will follow them. You don't need the rah-rah and in your face and all that other stuff. But congratulations to Austin Smush Clemons for being this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Bryan County Middle School, High School. Well, got another young guy coming up. Got the title head coach, not offense coordinator, assistant coach. And what does he go out and do? Wins his first football game. It's always fun talking to the young guys, being the OG of coaching here a long time ago. But getting into his thoughts about his first win, what's coming up for the rest of the season, we're going to be talking to South Effingham head football coach Lauren Purvis about his first victory last week against Vidalia. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. 3 minutes, Coach. We'll be right back, and you'll be on the hot seat.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And, you know, it's a lot of fun talking to the young kids. We had Casey Brown, former South Effingham High School standout baseball player, talk about him winning the Coadstyal Plain League Wooden Bat League for the Lexington Blowfish. And, of course, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week, Austin Clemons, broken femur last year, which is pretty hard to do, okay? He said a hairline fracture, but the biggest bone in your body is going to take some time. But it's also nice talking to the young guys that have become head coaches, because way back when I was a young head coach, it was a lot of fun. I'll never forget my first win. So it's something special. Well, this young man was already at South Effingham High School once, went back, took another job. Okay, now he's back as the head man. He was the OC under Nathan Clark, I think 2 years, 19 and 20. He is a bulldog. You got to love that. And when the job came open, he said, I'm coming back to South Effingham High School. We're going to find out why. So joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the new head football coach at South Effingham High School, winning his first game of his career, Lauren Purvis. What's up, Coach? How's it going?
Oh, it's good. How are you this morning?
Hey, it's Saturday morning. I get to talk sports. I get to talk to young guys like you and about, football and wins and all that other. But congratulations, you got the first one under your belt.
Thank you. It was an exciting time. Family were in town, and man, just to watch the kids celebrate. That's the first time that South has started 1-0 since 19. So for the kids to be able to put in that work and then get that first win for them, it was fun. It was exciting. I mean, listening to the broadcast for our radio on Low Country Radio, they're talking about how the kids somebody sent it to me, and it was fun listening to it. The kids are dancing on the sideline as the time clicked off. So it was exciting, man. Thank you.
Well, the kids were excited. How did you feel?
Well, I was over the moon. My wife and daughters met me right there about the 50-yard line, and, as soon as it was over, and that was exciting, man. You said it yourself. You remember your first win as a head coach. It's something that you can't replicate, and definitely won't forget. Just, getting here kind of late in the cycle. Didn't get this job till April. Didn't even really get down here till June. We had just had a child right after I got the job, so I'm pulling, long hours driving just to make it to spring practice every day. All that stuff, and then all that we're doing. Summer, every team works hard, man. I'm not saying we do anything different, but everybody works hard. But it was exciting to see the fruits of that labor early on in the season. So it was exciting.
Nice. And then everybody knows Vidalia, the Indians, perennial powerhouse in Class 2A. I mean, so what were the keys which you defeated 21-15 or 21-16?
21-15, that's right.
Okay, what were the keys to that victory for the Mustangs? Because you were behind, you had to pull it out, right?
We did. So we had a couple kids out there on defense early on in the first half, and so we kind of I told my captains, I said, look, if we win this toss, we want the ball, and we're going to try to just milk the clock as much as we can, put together a long drive, try to keep the ball out of their hands. They had some really good players. I mean, last night they scored 50 or 60 points. I mean, they've got some really good players over there at Vidalia, and Coach Garvin does an incredible job. He did a great job at Metter. And so I knew we wanted the ball in our hands as much as possible to keep it away from theirs. And we were able to put together a 17-play drive, that first one of the game, take 9 minutes off the clock, and then Bless come over with 7 points of it. And daggum, if they didn't get the ball and make it 8-7 right away, scored and went for 2 and got it. And I was like, golly, it was a battle. And we scored to go up 14-8. And then they got the ball and did it again. It made it 15-14. And it just, it was back and forth. Proud of our quarterback, Caden DeGenero. He took a keep around the weak side and took it almost 40 yards for a touchdown. And he's not known for his running ability. So that was fun to see him. Big, strong kid. So I didn't know he was that light of foot right there, but that was fun. And then we had a kid. I was really proud of this kid, senior wingback. Didn't even become a wingback till an OTA this summer down at Camden. And we looked around. We needed another one, and he said, "Coach, I'll do it." And gosh, he ran like a 48-yard run right there to put us down on the 1-yard line to score the go-ahead touchdown. So I was really proud of Gannon White, to do that. So, we tried to keep the ball in our hands in that game. They had a kid, number 2, I think his last name was Barron. Number 10. Barron, he's special. I mean, he can just flat out fly. And I knew that the less times he touched the ball, the better chance we had at winning that game. So,
nice.
And our defense stepped up when they needed to.
Bob, you just took my next question away. I was going to ask you who had great games for this Mustang, so you just went right into that. All right, so I'm going to play the old head coach. I'm going to play the administrator talking to you. What'd you learn from the game?
Don't get too emotional. It's kind of hard. I'm a passionate guy. I get into it. I think that's one of the things the kids love about me, that I'm always into it. But I had to remember, that I was a head coach there at one point in the game. And I got to do this. Like, this is my role now. I'm not just sitting back. And so that was, I'll learn those things. I'm young, I'll get it. But that was that first one. It was a little bit of a hurdle because, I'm used to calling the offense. I'm used to getting on my guys on the sideline, offensively, in the huddle, watching film, that stuff on the TV. And as soon as I start to trot over there, I'm like, well, Purvis, you got to watch the game. You got to be in it. So yeah, don't be too emotional into what's going on. Make sure you're stepping out, seeing the broad picture the whole time. And but I've got some really good. I've got some really good guys on staff, and that I'm really excited about. A lot of guys out of Savannah that we've gotten the past couple of years over there, and I was able to get a couple more this year. So that makes life easier when you can trust your guys around you. But definitely, that's the biggest thing I learned. Walking away that night, I remember writing down some notes after the game to remind myself next time of what not to do, I guess, more so than what to do. But that was a big one. And then I would say just staying calm and giving the presence to our kids to always weather the storm. Because every time we got up, they get up. Every time we get up, they get up, and our kids just continue to battle. So we've got to do a good job as coaches, and I've got to do a good job as head coach of maintaining that presence throughout a game. That one of our core values is belief, and we don't ever want to lose that belief that, hey, good things are going to happen for us. Just keep working.
I mean, you definitely got that right. And just take it from an old football coach. And way back when you just can't concentrate on one thing now. You're the CEO. You got, I know I'm a broken record. I was on TV last night with the WSA Blitz Friday night game of the week. But you have an offensive team. You have a defensive team. You have a special team. You have to be the equipment manager. You have to be the assistant athletic trainer. There's so much that goes into being a head coach. And it will come in time. And you realized it last Saturday night that, you know what, I'm not just the offense coordinator now. I got other things to do.
That's right. Yeah. And it was, luckily we were able to get out of it unscathed there, but there was a time where I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Just hit me and like, God, well, Purvis, you're the head coach. I got to do this instead. So.
Yeah. Now you get the decision of taking the penalty, not taking the penalty, taking the kickoff, not taking the kickoff. So there's so much that goes into being a head coach. And I give the guys, do you call the offense still?
I do.
So I give the guys, because I used to do it too. I used to, do the whole thing and call the offense. And I'm telling you, it takes a lot to do both. And it's really tough. And with time, with experience, like anything else, you'll learn. All right. We met August 5th at the Optimal Orthopedic Prep Sports Sport Media Football Day. We talked about how you saw your team from spring football to preseason. Now we're in the season. So has the progression still been going, or is it still getting better?
It definitely has. We look at everything as a process, and I tell our kids this all the time, that it is a process. We want to go, like in our post-game Friday night last week, I asked them, I said, before the game, all week we've talked about going 1-0. And that's what I asked you to do tonight, and you were able to come, overcome that and be 1-0. And our kids are hungry. Our kids want to make the playoffs. We haven't made the playoffs in South since 2019. Our kids want that, and they love to talk about that, but we're very much strong about, listen, like that's a goal, and that's the standard that we want to keep around this place. But we don't get there without going 1-0 every week. We don't get there without working hard in the weight room every day. And you know that, you're a coach, you get it.
Yeah.
But it's something that you also know we have to preach it to our kids each and every day, and make sure that they see the task at hand. You want to keep that dream, you want to keep that big picture in mind, but you don't get there without every day doing it. And so we've got a great weight program that with Coach Long, our strength and our defense coordinator, and we get after them every day. And then this week was our off week. We one day we took it and played a little dodgeball just to watch them compete and do stuff against each other, But it's just, we try to keep that feel of it's a continual process. Better today than yesterday. One of the things we break it down on was good, better, best. Never let it rest till you're good as your better and your better is your best. And we try to live that out. So
nice. You just tuned in. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network right here at Soundgarden Stage. Talking to South Effingham football head coach Lauren Purvis. Won his first game last week against Vidalia, 21-16. All right. So let's take one game at a time. You've been here. You've been in this region. It's changed a little. So what are your thoughts about playing in this region? And, of course, you still got the big one coming, the Battle in the Ham. What's your thoughts about this region?
When I was here before, it was that 5A region with New Hampstead, Statesboro, Ware County, Wayne County, and, it was a battle week in and week out. I don't think it's gotten any easier at all. If not, it's gotten a lot tougher with Brunswick and Glenn. Effingham's now in the region. We got to go to Augusta and play Evans and Lakeside, Grovetown, those guys. We've gotten bigger since I was here in the past, and so we're playing bigger teams than when I was here in the past. And with that size comes that competitive, that athleticism gets a little bit more. And these are tough teams. Watching our films from last year, I thought that for the most part, we competed well in those games. We didn't come out with a win in a lot of them, but they were very competitive. I know Glenn, I think, came down to the last drive. I think Evans came down to the fourth quarter. Two games that that are very tough. And, you know, I think both of those teams are better this year. So that did well for us, but it just makes it, you know, we've got to work harder. This region is going to be tough. I look forward to that battle with Effingham just because I don't know if you've ever come out to that game, but it's special.
I worked at Effingham for 5 years, so I know what that game's all about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that atmosphere is electric, and I've coached at one at South. I've coached at one that was in Effingham, and both years there wasn't a seat in the house.
Nope.
I used to coach in Gwinnett for years, and you know, there's 22 high schools just in the public schools in Gwinnett. You don't get this kind of rivalry up there. I mean, this is, you know, the only two schools in the county. Kids grow up with each other playing on the rec league teams. They grow up against each other playing on those rec league teams. So there's animosity. There's also friendship. It's just it's fun. I've got all the respect in the world for Coach Ford over there. He was at Buford when I was at Tequila, and to watch how he prepares his teams, and he's good at what he does.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be a fun matchup, and they're a good team again. You know, last week they ran into a really good Richmond Hill team. Richmond Hill's got a stud over there that returned that kickoff, returned the punt. I mean, he's special. He's a special player. So I don't think that score is any indicative of anything wrong with Effingham. That's just Richmond Hill being really good. So I look forward to that game. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. You know, I moved down here in 1995, and I started at Jenkins High School, and our first game was at Cairo, Georgia. No, Coach. I would say Cairo. They would tell me, no, Coach, it's Cairo. We pull into the town, 4.5 hour drive from Savannah, and there's nobody in the town. Shops are shut down. We pulled into the school parking lot, and I'm telling you, everybody was there. And I found out what, football was like in the South. And I didn't get that feeling again. And I've been a head coach. I coached at St. Andrews. I coached at Groves. But when I went to Effingham County, I didn't get that feeling again until that first year when I went to an Effingham, South Effingham game as a teacher. I was a JV coach. I wasn't on the sideline for the game. Just the atmosphere. You would say there was at least 10 to 15,000 people there. Everybody lined up. There's nothing like it. If people want to experience South Georgia football or Georgia football, football in the South, high school football, you got to go to an Effingham, South Effingham game if you can get a ticket. So, there's nothing like it. And I could just imagine being head coach. I coached against Effingham and South Effingham, and just going to those stadiums, we didn't bring many from Groves High School, but it's just unbelievable atmosphere when you go to, whether it's the Corral or the Palace in the Pines, as they call it. So, all right, I don't want to keep you long because I know this is your, probably your day with your family instead of coaches meeting. So, the kids are motivated. They want to go further than they did. You were there in 2019, but just tell everybody what the community like or what the atmosphere is, that community and support that you get out of South Effingham, Guyton, from the players, the parents, and that student body up there. And, of course, the administration, the principal, I heard, is off the charts. So what's that like there?
Yeah, Dr. White's great. He was the principal there. He actually came in my first year was his first year as principal, my first time around. And I really enjoy him. We got a new athletic director, Justin Merritt. He's doing a great job. I lean on him a lot. And it's funny because both of us are in our first year in this job. And so, sometimes we're asking each other, hey, what would you do? What would you do? You know what I mean?
Right.
Blind leading the blind some days. But it's such a great community. We loved it here. My wife, we knew this was a special place. Like my wife this week had to have an appendicitis, was in the hospital a couple of days. And man, you wouldn't believe the people that reached out, brought us dinner, just checking on us, seeing if they needed to come to the hospital. We had one family come and sit with her in the hospital so I could go to football practice. Just an incredible place for family, incredible place, just full of people that love you, people that are behind you, people that support you. It's a fun atmosphere at the school. And so that was all those things. Knowing all those things was a big reason I wanted to come back. Obviously, I thought, the football program, we could do some special things. I think we could be better than what we've been. That was my belief. And hopefully we're starting to change the atmosphere around the football program and doing some good things. But it's the people here, it's the community. Guyton's South Effingham's a little different. We don't really have a town per se to pull from, because the town of Guyton's actually goes to north, and so our community is made up of the people that just spend time with each other. And it's a lot of those old Groves people that have moved over to Effingham. Some of our biggest supporters, Coach Harper is a former head coach over there at Groves and at South, and he's on our staff with us, helps us, and just listening to him talk to people on the sideline that come to the games, that he played for me back in the 80s and all this stuff, but then now they're South Effingham people, and it's a lot of fun. These people love each other, and I'm excited to be a part of it. My family and I are thankful to be a part of this community, and hopefully we can keep turning this thing and keep getting more people out of the games. The fan support is incredible, especially just the first game of the year, and a new coach. Probably I wouldn't put a lot of stock in me if I didn't know me, for sure, being a first-year head coach and 6A ball, and looking up in the stands. I tried to take a moment there early in the game and just kind of soak it in, because I knew there wouldn't be another first game as a head coach, and just seeing all the fans in the crowd, the student section. I challenged them one day last week and about being there more than they were in the scrimmage, and they showed up and all in their neon and all that stuff. So it's a lot of fun, man. It's a fun place to be.
Well, now you got the first win under your belt. Now you can concentrate more. And I know you already said your philosophy, because that was my last question. What are you going to look for in the season? But just listening to you, it's one game at a time. Get better each day. Get better at each moment. So, Coach, congratulations. Great job. And I might see you next Friday night when you travel out here to my neck of the woods and play at Island Stadium against the Sharks.
That's right. We'll be there next Friday.
So
I'd love to
good
see
luck,
you.
Coach. Appreciate it.
You.
And the wife's doing good?
She's doing great. Thank you for asking. Yep.
All right. Congratulations. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Thank you, Coach. See ya.
I mean, you got to love the young coaches. I mean, we had Anthony Bud Tolliver. We had Stephen Smith, all first-year head coaches, being a head coach for the first time, not being football coach. But, you could tell the excitement in these guys, the young enthusiasm. I mean, it hasn't taken a toll on their enthusiasm and longevity. And it's just exciting seeing new guys like Coach Purvis get that first win. And I'm telling you, up at Effingham County, whether it's Effingham County High School or South Effingham, there's nothing like their football. And I'm telling you right now, he knows it. He's experienced it. I've experienced it. There's nothing like a high school football game in the South than watching Effingham play South Effingham. And it's off the chain. It's off the charts. You got to get there to do it. But I wish them the best of luck. Kids are buying into it. Enthusiastic young man, family man. And then, I used his family picture as my Twitter post. He's just family first, then his kids, then school. I mean, his kids at school. I mean, of course, family first, his wife and his kids. And then the kids at school and the community. They got a good guy in Lauren Purvis. Can't wait to see what he does the rest of the year. And as they say up there in the Go Corral, go Mustangs. All right, next up, going to wrap this up. Got to get out of here. I'm hitting the 118 mark. I know Lawrence Bennett, the producer, is sitting back there. Coach, you got to stretch it out 2 hours, but I'm not. But it's always a lot of fun. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes, then I'm wrapping it up. I'm out of here. Got to go watch my team today, Notre Dame. How do those kids do it? They bring it up here, and they got to show you this way. There you go, people, Notre Dame. But, the only time I root for Notre Dame really hard is when they're playing Georgia, but Georgia is my second favorite team. I better get out of here before I get myself in trouble. Be right back.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies. Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands: Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Hour and 20 minutes goes by really quick when you're having fun, and we're at the last part. This is where I take 3 steps out the door. But once again, thank you for joining me, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, making me part of your day. Remember, it's always posted on YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube channel, please subscribe. Get me some more followers. I'm close to the 250 mark. I was hoping to be close to 1,000 because then YouTube notices me. But I notice that I'm doing a good thing, and I love doing what I do, getting the word out there about the good kids. Casey Brown, like I told you, son of a good friend of mine, Kevin Brown, helped me out big time this week. Watching the kid grow, winning the Coadstyal Plain League championship and being a coach like his dad. Then, of course, Austin Clemons breaks his femur in the 3rd game of Bryan County High School season last year, coming back and having an unbelievable week in the first week. I know there are a lot of players that had great weeks, but you know what? Coming back from a major injury like that is pretty special. That's why I want to honor the kid. There were so many outstanding football players last week. Zoe Smalls, and you could go on and on. Nick Bliss. Just come to the top of my head. Luke Cromenhawk, Jake Merklinger, AJ Butts, Dupa Coleman, and if I missed anybody, Travis Blackshear, or is it Thomas Blackshear? I think there's a Travis and a Thomas. But anyway, just appreciate what's going on here in Savannah, Georgia, and the local high school football scene. And of course, Coach Lauren Purvis out of South Effingham, first-year coach, coming on, winning his first game. I got to get Bud Tolliver on. He won last night 41-0 over Richmond Academy. So young guys doing good things. All right, so 3 steps out the door. This is where I take videos that I've seen over the week that have impressed me that I thought I might share with you, and hopefully you feel the same way. And why not? This young man, Savannah Christian Preparatory School, UGA golfer. He's made a name for himself. He finally got the big win, one of the majors under his belt when he won the Open, or the British Open, which I'll always call it. Okay, but he comes home. He's made it to the FedEx Cup championships. He's right now tied for 16th. Had a couple of bad holes yesterday, but I'm telling you right now, Savannah, Georgia boy, Brave fan, and when you could do this, throw out the first pitch, it's something pretty special. Brian Harmon, the Open Championship, PGA Golf Tour professional, throwing at the first pitch at the Braves game.
Let's see what you got, Brian. Let's give Brian Harmon a big hand and wish him well in the Tour Championship at Eastlake this weekend.
And I saw the interview afterwards. He just loved it. He just loved it. He just loved it, okay? And let's go with another former outstanding high school athlete, Anthony Lanier III. They call him Spoons. Went to Jenkins High School, Alabama State, played professional, Washington, San Diego, Miami, I think. And now he's up in the Canadian Football League playing for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And, of course, Sunday night, no football yet on TV. I was watching Canadian football because Saskatchewan was playing the British Columbia Lions. Well, last play of the game, close game, ends the game. Guess who makes the game-ending sack? Anthony Lanier III from Jenkins High School, from Savannah, Georgia. Well, at the top of your screen, number 91, right there. And if you watch the replay, the top of your screen, number 91 coming off the edge, just blows by the offensive tackle. You got to love it. You got to love it. When former kids that you've watched play grow up here, get to the next level, and he was an NFL football player. He comes back every year and does the Warrior Camp, another young man giving back to our community, Anthony Lanier. Well, I didn't get a chance to see many highlights yet because, like I said, last night I was invited to be the color guy on the WSAV Friday Night Blitz. Got to thank Andrew Davis for inviting me. It was a lot of fun. Went out and watched Jenkins come back and beat Bluffton 41-30. But this was Thursday night. Jamari McIvory, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, Athlete of the Week, state champion track star, national AAU track star, but he also is a very good football and basketball player. This was his interception in a, I think, 56-14 win over Islands Friday night. He makes the interception. Then I think the next play or 2 plays later, they throw him the touchdown pass. Amari Bedgood goes back, lets it go. And Jamari takes it off the space goes. Makes one guy miss. That's one. This guy. That's a game. Makes another guy miss, but the Island Sharks do wrap him up. And here you go. Next play, let's give him the credit. Toss him the ball. Kicks it into the house. Great replay right there. Great experience for that young man. Like I said, he's a Georgia High School State track 400 or 800 gold medalist, AAU National Championship, the Space Ghost, as they call him, Jamari McIvory. Great job. Well, this is where I like to do McCall's Corner. It's been a tough week for the coach. Sports takes me away from life's ups and downs, and I had a big down this week. But I do appreciate all the people that have said kind words and have helped me through this tough week. It's still going to be tough for a long time. But remember, friends and family do matter. You know who your friends and family are when you go through tough times. So the coach has been hurting. But you know what? That's why sports is an outlet for us, because it takes away from that stressful or distressful situations in our life. And like I told you, Kevin Brown, worked with him at, and that's not why Casey Brown was on here today, but Kevin Brown has helped me out big time this week with what I've been going through. The coach is fine. I'm going to be all right. The hurt's going to go away. And you just gotta love friends who stick with you. So Kevin Brown, this one's for you. Appreciate you sticking up. Well, not sticking up with me, but sticking with me and help me out. Just appreciate it a lot. So find out who your friends and family are. In times of trouble, your friends and family will come through for you. So on that note, Nothing national in sports. I got nothing to talk about. It's just been a long week for me. I'm back here. I kept to my word. I did the WSAV Blitz Friday night game, and all those guys know my family. They were very kind and warm feelings. I got to give my other son, Dominic DeMasi, a hug because it was a family matter. And to Russell and Kate, all I can say is I love you. To my wife, Dee, to Tina and Jeff Dixon, thanks for taking care of the kids. So on that note, the coach is out of here. And hopefully today or tomorrow, whatever I may be doing, I'm going to hit it out of the park. And I know hopefully next week, until I talk to you again, will be a better week for me. But hopefully it's the best week for you. I'm out of here. God bless. It's been a lot of fun. And thank the good Lord that sports takes me out of sometimes life's tough situations. Talk to you next week. Hey, do me a favor, though. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, give me some love. You only have to watch it once, but I need to build my YouTube channel up so I can get more words out about what's going on here in Savannah, Georgia, with sports and, of course, the student athletes, the youth athletes, and the kids that go on to play college and professional. Make it a lot of fun to do this show. You've been watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We got football today.